In the vast, untamed wilderness, a solitary bison roams, its massive frame casting a shadow over the sun-drenched grasslands. But this majestic creature carries a dark secret, a horrific wound that tells a tale of nature's brutal reality. Nestled deep within its thick fur is a wasp nest, a grotesque sight that evokes both horror and fascination. The bison, once a symbol of strength and resilience, now bears the marks of an infestation that has turned its life into a living nightmare. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is met with the unsettling image of wasps buzzing in and out of the gaping wound, their relentless stings a constant reminder of the battle for survival. Wasp infestations in animals like this bison are not merely a freak occurrence. They are a chilling testament to the harshness of nature. Wasps, with their sharp stingers and aggressive behavior, can invade the bodies of unsuspecting creatures, laying their eggs in open wounds. As the larvae hatch, they feast on the host's flesh, creating a grotesque symbiosis that is as fascinating as it is repulsive. The bison, unable to swat away the relentless attackers, becomes a living buffet, a tragic victim of the circle of life. The pain and suffering etched on its face tell a story of desperation, a struggle against an unseen enemy that knows no mercy. Yet, in this dark narrative, there lies a moral twist that reflects the intricate web of life. Humans, too, are not exempt from the consequences of their actions. As we encroach upon natural habitats, we disrupt the delicate balance that governs ecosystems. The bison's plight serves as a stark reminder of our role in this chaotic dance of life and death. We may find ourselves laughing at the absurdity of nature, but the truth in the depths of a quiet forest, a haunting sight emerges. An unsuspecting deer, once a symbol of grace and beauty, now bears the grotesque mark of nature's dark side. This unfortunate creature is afflicted by a barnacle wound, a gruesome spectacle that elicits both horror and fascination. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is confronted with a shocking reality. Barnacles, typically associated with the ocean's depths, have found a way to invade this terrestrial realm, transforming the deer's smooth skin into a battlefield of grotesque growths. Each barnacle, a small, hard shell, clings mercilessly to its host, creating a nightmarish landscape of protrusions and infections. The sight is enough to make even the strongest stomach churn, as the once majestic animal struggles under the weight of its unwelcome companions. Barnacle infestation is a phenomenon that occurs when these marine crustaceans, usually found on rocks and ships, attach themselves to a living host. In this case, the deer has unwittingly wandered too close to a water source, perhaps a river or a pond, where barnacle larvae lay in wait. These larvae, seeking a suitable surface to settle upon, latch onto the deer's skin, burrowing in and establishing a colony. The result is a horrific wound that festers and bleeds, attracting flies and other scavengers, compounding the deer's suffering. The barnacles thrive, feeding on the deer. In the heart of the vast American plains, where the sun blazes down and the wind whispers through the tall grasses, a solitary figure moves with an unsettling gait. It is a bison, a magnificent beast that once roamed these lands in herds, embodying the wild spirit of the American wilderness. But this bison is different. As it lumbers along, a grotesque sight unfolds. An open wound, festering with barnacles, clings to its side like a dark badge of survival. This is not just a mere injury. It is a horrifying testament to the relentless struggle for life in nature's unforgiving arena. The barnacles, typically found clinging to rocks and ships, have taken an unusual liking to this massive creature, transforming it into an unwitting host for their grotesque existence. As we delve deeper into this unsettling reality, we must confront the stark truth of barnacle infestation. These crustaceans, known scientifically as cirripedes, are notorious for their tenacity. They latch onto surfaces with an iron grip, using their calcareous shells to anchor themselves, often causing damage in the process. In the case of our beleaguered bison, the barnacles have found a warm and inviting niche on its thick skin, creating a grotesque colony that thrives at the expense of its host. The wound is not just an eyesore. It is a breeding ground for infection, drawing flies and other scavengers, a dark carnival of life feeding off the misfortunes of another. The infestation begins when barnacle larvae, microscopic and nearly invisible, are swept along by currents in search of a suitable surface. The bison, with its vast body and thick hide, presents an enticing opportunity. Once the larvae settle, they metamorphose into adult barnacles, encasing themselves in hard shells and creating a network of colonies that can stretch across the animal's body. Each barnacle competes for space and resources, drawing nutrients from the bison's skin, leading to a slow deterioration of health. The bison, once a symbol of strength, now bears the weight of a parasitic burden, a living canvas of nature's cruelty. As the infestation progresses, the bison's movements become increasingly labored. The barnacles, with their sharp edges, dig into the flesh, causing pain and discomfort. The once proud creature, a king of the plains, is reduced to a mere shadow of its former self. It becomes a walking testament to the harsh realities of survival, where even the mightiest can fall prey to the smallest of adversaries. This gruesome spectacle raises unsettling questions about the balance of nature and the role of each organism within it. In this dark dance of life and death, we are reminded of our own place in the web of existence. Humans, too, have their own infestations, be they physical, emotional, or societal. We often in the heart of the African savanna, where the sun blazes down, and the air is thick with the scent of earth and life, a chilling tale unfolds. Picture a leopard, a creature of grace and power, prowling through the tall grasses. But this is no ordinary leopard. It bears a horrific wound, a grotesque reminder of a battle fought not with claws and teeth, but with the buzzing fury of nature's smallest warriors. The sight is shocking, a gaping hole in its side, raw and oozing, surrounded by a swarm of bees. Their tiny bodies, a stark contrast to the majestic feline they have chosen as their unwitting host. This is not just a story of survival. It is a dark exploration of the intersection between beauty and horror, a reminder of the fragility of life in the wild. As we delve deeper into this unsettling scene, we must confront the reality of bee infestations in wildlife. The leopard, once a symbol of strength, now finds itself at the mercy of these relentless insects. The bees, drawn to the scent of the leopard's wounds, have established a hive within the gaping cavity of its flesh. This grotesque symbiosis is a testament to nature's unyielding cycle of life and death. The bees, in their quest for survival, have turned the leopard into a living hive, a grotesque spectacle that elicits both fascination and revulsion. The buzzing sound fills the air, a constant reminder of the chaos that has taken hold of this once proud predator. The wound itself is a breeding ground for infection, a festering reminder of the dangers that lurk in the wild. The leopard's body, weakened and vulnerable, struggles to fend off the dual threats of the bees and the bacteria that thrive in the open wound. The bees, while seemingly innocuous, are relentless in their pursuit of sustenance. They feed on the fluids seeping from the wound, their tiny bodies working tirelessly to extract every drop. In this macabre dance of life, the leopard becomes a host, a living buffet for the very creatures that should fear it. But how did this horrific infestation come to be? The answer lies in the delicate balance of nature. The leopard, perhaps injured in a hunt or a territorial dispute, became an easy target for the opportunistic bees. In their quest for survival, the bees have taken advantage of the leopard's misfortune, a stark reminder of the harsh realities of life in the wild. This is not merely a tale of a predator brought low. It is a reflection of the brutal laws of nature, where the strong do not always prevail, and the weak can become the unwitting hosts of their own demise. As we observe this tragic spectacle, we are forced to confront the moral implications of such a scenario. In a world where humans often see themselves as separate from nature, this leopard's plight serves as a stark reminder of our interconnectedness. The bees, in their relentless pursuit of survival, are merely following their instincts, yet their actions have led to the suffering of a magnificent creature. It raises questions about the impact of human activity on the natural world. As we encroach upon wildlife habitats, we disrupt the delicate balance of ecosystems, often leading to unforeseen consequences. In a dark twist of fate, the very actions of humans, deforestation, pollution, and climate change, have contributed to the decline of bee populations, forcing them to adapt in ways that can lead to such grotesque infestations. The leopard, a victim of circumstance, becomes a symbol of the unintended consequences of our actions. It is a reminder that in our quest for progress, we must not lose sight of the intricate web of life that sustains us all. And yet, amidst the horror of this situation, there is a touch of dark humor to be found. Imagine the leopard, once the king of the savannah, now reduced to a walking bee hotel. One can almost picture it strutting through the grass, bees buzzing around like a poorly organized parade, while other animals look on in disbelief. Hey, "Buddy, did you forget to check for bees before heading out today?" they might say, a mix of concern and amusement in their voices. In the end, this tale of a leopard and its bee infestation serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities of nature. It is a story that intertwines beauty and horror, survival and suffering, all wrapped in the delicate fabric of life. As we reflect on this dark narrative, let us remember that we are all part of this intricate web, and our actions have consequences that ripple through the lives of others, both great and small. So, the next time you find yourself in the great outdoors, perhaps take a moment to check for bees before you venture too far. After all, you